Kia Liana is about to take 8d8 points of damage from acid. Kia has 33 hit points. If you've done your math, this can kill her. So, the very first dice roll of the night will determine if Kia immediately dies or not, and then the actions that happen after that will determine whether or not she dies subsequently or survives. Let's wait and let's see what happens.
I don't want to.
But father.
Okay.
All right. So we basically join Kia in her room in a bathtub.
Oh my god.
You will notice, of course, Kia is a modest chick and she bathes in her underwear for want of not having to R-rate the stream today. But here sits Kia in her lovely, lovely bath of death, her robe on the counter, and Cal appearing to watch. Now, as she uses the soap, suddenly the water begins to go green and bubble, and she screams bloody murder. Okay, so you hear this coming from inside the room, Piper.
Not Piper.
Not Piper.
Drank.
It burns! Alrighty. Are we ready?
No.
No.
8d8.
No.
So,
Stupid. This is stupid.
your entire life comes down to one dice roll.
Oh, wait, should we all assume the position of surprise? Like, oh my god.
Once more, we preface this by this is going to be an open roll. What happens, happens. Nobody's getting artificially saved or artificially killed. RNGesus decides.
Are you doing it?
I'm about to.
Oh shit.
Count down.
Oh lordy lordy. Fucking shit, man.
Here it comes.
Oh, good. 21.
35!
Okay, okay.
One shot it.
Okay.
Okay, you are basically
Oh my God.
KO'd in the bathtub.
Oh my god. Okay.
You are unconscious, and the pain and the agony, basically you pass out. You are... Get out of here, dice. Okay, so, Racer, you open the door. Right, I will say this. I want this to go as legit as possible. So, Racer, you burst in the door, so no other player needs to open their mouth right now. The only person I need to hear from is Racer, because Kia's unconscious, and you guys are not here. Okay, Racer, so you see her laying in there. Her skin is basically, like, bubbling from the waist down. The water is bubbling. Okay, what are you going to do? Cal immediately hisses and leaps off the bed and goes rushing over.
Alright, so I'm gonna bust the door open, see this, and immediately be like, Cal, get Radovan now! Run forward, and I'm grabbing Kia and I'm pulling her out of the tub as quickly as I can.
Okay. Cal is... Okay, so right as you do that... Why is Roll20 being a butthole? Because it hates me. 1 second. Go away. I wasn't trying to open Cal's thing. I just want to drag him on here.
Racer saves the day.
No, not necessarily.
I know.
Oh, now there's
But
two of them.
she's trying.
Double Cal!
Okay, so yeah, Cal, as he leaps off the bed, turns into his pseudo-dragon form, and he grabs hold of Kia by the shoulder and is attempting to pull her out. As soon as you tell him, go get Radovan, he is flying straight out the room, down the stairs. Okay, you grab her and pull her out of the bathtub, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Adrenaline rush induced.
You take 7 points of damage from the acid as you snatch her out.
Okay. Lay her on the floor.
Right, so, I want to preface this by saying, Your next action could very well decide Kia's life or death. So be very specific and very precise, and bear in mind you're talking about a combat round. So what you can do in 6 seconds.
What do I see immediately around me? So,
basically, there is a coat rack on the far side. There's a bathtub of acid. There is a large, heavy rug that you, Kia, and the acid bath are on. Kia's robe is on the other side of the room. Her bed is on the other side of the room. Table, chairs, window. Your bag, all your belongings are represented by the robe. Basically, everything is right there.
Okay. I know Kia has something, and I can't remember if Raysa knows that Kia has it or not.
You talking about the healing potions?
Yes.
You do know she has them.
Okay.
They are somewhere in her backpack.
Yes.
It will take you at least, basically, to get over there, open the backpack, get it out, go back to her, give her the healing potion, is 2 rounds.
And she takes damage every second.
And you don't know, but in theory, she's covered in acid.
Right, and she's unconscious.
Well, she's unconscious and she's wet. Whatever the liquid is, obviously is what did the harm. So the question is, what,
Okay, so here's the thing that I need to know. My personal knowledge on how acid reacts to things, I don't fucking know.
Right, well...
Does Raysa know?
Raysa can first of all make an apothecary check if she wishes. But of course, I mean, I can give you some general information based on your dice roll.
Okay, let's do that because... Come on, 20. Okay, so 20.
Okay. Well, general acid basically is going to continue to burn whatever it's on until it dissolves or dilutes enough. So if it's on her skin, logic would tell you if it is acid, and there's nothing particularly weird or unique about it to where it only burns once, which is unlikely, the liquid on her body will continue to burn her if you leave it on her.
Now, would I know if water amplifies it, or would it...
Water, generally speaking, is not... Unless you can dump an incredible amount of water on her in one foul swoop, is probably going to either... I mean, it really depends. Not enough water could amplify it and make it worse.
So I'm guessing this is a water, basin right here, right? And there's probably, what, a pitcher?
Yeah,
worth?
It's a pitcher.
So
a pitcher of water would not be anywhere near enough.
I don't know.
Decisions.
I forgot that this was going to be my decision.
Weren't quite prepared for this, the coming in and saving her life thing. So,
2 rounds
I won't
to get
personally blame you. Whatever happens, don't worry.
Okay, so my options are get a potion, which takes 2 rounds.
Right.
And pour a dismal amount of water on her.
Right. I mean, either one of those, as much damage as I mean, looking at her, all of her skin, from the waist down, mid-chest down, is gone. And it is dissolving and eating at her flesh. So it's disgusting. It's very obvious that she is very near death.
I think my only choice is to grab the healing potions because there's nothing else that even gives her a chance. Her best chance is Radovan.
Ugh.
And he's not here. So
No. But Cal will get to Radovan in 2 rounds. Radovan, assuming he actually responds and does anything, will be at least another 2 rounds. Probably 3.
If he responds.
Well, as in, does he immediately get up and rush up the stairs, or what the fuck's going on? What are you talking about? Why are you fluttering around in front of my face?
Can I ask a question?
Uh-huh.
Did anybody else hear her scream?
Everybody heard a scream from upstairs.
okay, I was just gonna comment and say I will also scream as loud as my racer lungs will allow me.
Right.
Help! Help!
The relevancy
running
of
for the
this
potion.
basically is
screeching.
the next 6 or 12 seconds is going to determine life or death. So nothing outside of this room potentially has any way of affecting this.
Ugh.
But I'm still gonna scream
Yep.
at the top.
So,
of my
well, and of course you would.
Who wouldn't? I probably look so gross.
So if you, I mean, yeah, it really depends. It's down to you. What do you want to
Catherine,
do?
that looks like a like a big pitcher and like a basin. It looks like one of those.
Yeah, it is.
It's not enough water.
Not to cover half a body, and it's certainly not enough to do.
So yeah, like I said, the only option I have is the healing potions.
Okay, so you want to run over and grab a healing potion and run back.
Yep.
All right.
Screaming.
Okay, so
Loudly.
you run over and grab it. Kia takes another 3 points of damage.
Yay, she lives.
You get the healing potion and run back.
Shit.
She's got 2 points left.
So she is
Oh my
on
God.
35, 6, 7, 8. She dies on 43. So she has 5 points.
Oh, sweet. Thought she only had 2.
Not really.
There's still another roll, right?
Yep, you're going to take another
Oh my
D8 points of
God.
damage. So if this dice roll is 5 or less, you will
Oh my
receive the
God.
benefit of the healing potion. But that's not going to stop you burning. That's only going to heal damaged lost hit points.
This is terrible.
If it is over 5,
Of course it's gonna be over 5.
I'm afraid you're dead. If
Okay.
Reaper Jenkins, if there were but a cleric in the room, Racer doesn't have a healing ability.
I don't. I used it on Kia.
Yep, and I don't believe she has any potions. If she did, she'd have probably used them. So
I do not have them.
I don't even want to hit this button.
I have 4 vials of
It's gonna
acid.
happen.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, just
think of
pour
it
that
like
on me.
maybe it's kind of like a a venom antidote. If you throw acid on her, maybe it'll dilute it.
Oh, this is not gonna work. I have a really bad feeling about this.
I know,
what you're
me
about
too.
to do. The odds are not on her.
Well, technically the odds are
I know.
slightly in her favor, but
Yeah. But knowing how this world works, it's gonna shit, man.
man, alright.
This is awesome.
Whatever it is what it is. So
Just do it.
Do it.
here it comes,
Band-Aid.
guys. Swallow your pride. This is it.
This is it.
I've hit it.
5.
It is 5.
Fuck.
I am
Oh.
afraid.
My God.
I am sorely afraid to say
No.
by 1 point,
Oh my God.
our beloved sorceress has just met her demise. Wait,
Wait, doesn't 0 count?
Yeah, I thought you said if it was 5 or less. She
5
was
or-
fine.
5 or less? I did say 5 or less, didn't I?
Yep.
What? What are you saying?
You did,
That
because
sounds
you gotta
weird.
count the 0. Because it was 35. So 33 minus
That's right.
35.
You're
plus
on- yeah,
the
you
0.
are
Fight
on
for
mi-
her, Shaggy,
So that
fight.
puts you on minus 9.
Stop
that puts you on
messing with my
minus 9.
feelings.
That's right.
Stop
Then
it.
you are correct.
That's fucking
Oh,
dead
that
or
was
not?
okay. You said 5 or less. Why is she? No.
It is 5 or less.
Fuck.
Eve Jasoon, thanks for the follow. Yes, sorry, I'm all super tense as well.
I'm gonna
so you are
kill you,
you are
Gore.
on -9 hit points. You're on -9. Okay, what are you doing with the healing potion? And what type of healing potion is it?
Pardon?
What type of healing potion is it, Kia?
There's a moderate and a light.
You didn't specify what you grabbed, and you're not gonna know either.
Yeah.
Are they
see-
marked?
I don't know.
Kia, are they marked?
Oh, let's see. We got those potions from the cleric from St. Cuthbert's order, right? In a church. Would they mark
if you got
those?
them from a church, I would say
Yeah.
that they were marked.
Okay.
They weren't like just picked up off of. You didn't like discover them in a dungeon somewhere, so they probably were marked.
Okay, so then obviously I would grab the moderate,
Okay.
but I will probably end up giving her both. But I'll do the moderate
Okay.
first.
So basically it's 3d8 then, right?
So who rolls it?
Moderate's
Her
2d8.
or me?
No, but if she gives her both, the cure light and the moderate,
yeah.
it's total of 3d8.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll the 3. So go ahead and give her the moderate 2d8. And
That I roll it,
You
or
roll it. You roll it because you're giving her the potion. And that way, if
2d8?
you roll bad, it's not my fault.
Okay, so 2d8.
2d8. Yeah. So you're gonna
Come
heal
on,
2d8.
double eights. All right, here we go. Oh my god.
7.
Shit.
Now I'm gonna roll how much damage she takes in the next round.
Shit. So wait, what?
She's at -2.
So you're down to -2. So
Shit.
you're healed for 7.
Oh gosh.
And
Where's
then,
Radaman?
Well, by now, okay. So let's go downstairs. let's lessen the tension just a fraction and go downstairs.
But is
Oh
he
my
downstairs? I
God.
thought he was in his room.
Sorry.
I was heading to my room. It is
Right.
true.
So Radovan, where is Radovan?
I don't know. Where am I? I think I went upstairs. I mean, I was.
Okay, so Radovan is coming up the stairs. Okay.
Oh good, that means you're closer.
So Cal basically in dragon form, in front of everybody in the
Yeah.
tavern, comes flying down to you, and psychologically you hear, because he doesn't choose to speak, but you hear
You finally hear him talk.
in your head you hear this, and I'm going to type it in true Cal form.
Let's see Cal stats right here. Let's go. He's saying a lot.
There you go.
And you probably hear me
He's
screaming.
stuck in the
too.
well.
Okay, now I will say, without the telepathy, without the telepathic communication with this fucking dragon bastard, we all hear a scream,
Yeah.
and Cal's in his dragon form in a tavern.
Right, which he's never ever
He's
done.
never done
He's
that
always
before.
so careful never to be.
So clearly, even without that telepathic shit, I am running. I am
Right.
bolting up the stairs.
So yeah, basically Cal said, Kia is
Oh,
dying,
Cal.
you useless cleric, get in there and save her.
Cal, man.
Oh, Cal.
Oh, Cal, I love you.
Okay, well you
I
know
will
he's
miss you.
sassy. Okay, so meanwhile, so you're
Ah!
running in there. Okay, so you healed for 7,
Okay, -2.
and then you take a subsequent, the next round, 2. Okay, that's good.
Oh god. Okay.
Now Racer gives you the cure light, which is 1d8.
Whew.
Radovan, you are at the door
Shit.
for 2.
Oh shit.
So what are you on right now?
Ah! Now, okay. Hold on. So
Basically
I'm
the
still at
same you're at
-2.
after you took the first potion.
-2.
So basically you're back to -2.
Yeah, it just negated.
Okay. Cal comes flying
God.
in. Radovan, I assume you're going to enter the room?
The first thing I'm doing is cure
Hang
critical.
on, give me a second.
Oh, okay.
You're not ready yet?
I know.
Not dead yet.
You're not there yet. I thought you moved me in.
Yeah.
Okay, Kia takes
Oh.
another 2.
Oh, -4.
So she's
I'm
at
a-
-4.
Why am I a giant? Holy hell! Look at me. A baller. I was like, rawr. Do I fit through the door? That's my first question.
There, you're more appropriately sized now.
Okay,
Actually,
so
everyone's a little large for this room, but that's okay.
so clearly I'm running straight to her, and before I do anything, I'm doing cure critical. Like I'm just putting my hand on her upper body because the lower portions is disgusting. And
Real.
I'm cure critical. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, so you are using your action to do Cure Critical. Okay, do a Cure Critical.
All right.
Oh, go, Lauren, Jesus.
Shabooty! There you go.
Okay, so that heals you 25, so you are awake and
21.
now in agony. In absolute agony. I'm going to move Racer back. To give Renovan room.
I'm just looking around wildly.
Okay.
And then I look down at my body and I
Renovan!
scream.
Okay.
Bloody
Slash
murder
R1D8. Sorry to make you keep up with this, but you're gonna have to do math pretty quick.
Okay.
So you take another 4 points of damage.
17.
I'm burning both my 4th level spells to do another Cure Critical.
Okay.
So,
Are you guys... I'm just gonna keep saying it burns, it's burning!
Okay, so
I'm
you're
healing
now
you, son
now
of a bitch.
fully healed. Take
Somebody
another
do
D8.
something.
and now I'm creating as much water as I possibly can because I am the water god. And we all know the math and create water. It's just for everyone to know, it is up to 2 gallons of water per level. So I am flooding
18 gallons of water is being
18
dumped
gallons.
on top of Kia.
I'm cleaning this entire top floor. Is what I'm doing.
Okay.
You're finally seeing Kia exposed.
Alright, so you dump 18 gallons of water on Kia.
Look,
Okay,
if
so
damage happens to
basically
this establishment, I
the
don't
water
fucking care.
flashes out everywhere. It starts to seep down through the cracks and disappear like between the cracks of the floorboards. Some of the floorboards are obviously going to swell by this. However, that does indeed stop the damage. So, Kia, you're not taking damage anymore. You're incredibly wet, but you're not taking any damage.
Okay.
So, yeah, you are currently, by a point, you lived. By 1 point. I'd have actually killed you. If they hadn't caught it, I'd have killed you.
Woo!
So, the outcome of that, now, of course, magical healing does correct all physical damage, so you will be fully restored.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, if you bet on this outcome, you won money! Sevilla, she
Congrats.
survives
Thanks
and is fully
for betting
restored.
on me, guys. The ones that won.
So there you go.
Badger,
thank you for having her back.
Plum,
RNGesus was on your. RNGesus was barely on her side. I mean, he like let it come down to the point.
Wooden and zombie.
If that D8 would have been if that had been a 6 instead of a 5, it would have been you'd have been done.
Ugh.
I blame
I'd
Shaggy
like to
for
argue
arguing
that
over
Cal
the
saved
point.
Kia.
It's my fault. I got confused, like, honestly. Because I never consider 0 as a point of,
Thank you, Barry. Thanks for resubscribing.
Oh.
Kia, I think because you selfishly lived, you owe people gold pieces. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Welcome, Smokey Bear, by the way.
There's only 7 people actually bet on you dying, so whatever.
Can we penalize those 7 people?
So, is Kia in full underwear, or is she like naked from the waist down? Because if she is,
technically,
oh yeah, her undies would
Kia
have been
is
eaten.
naked from the waist.
So I will shield her. I will kind of like stand in front of Radovan, like just
the modesty
as-
thing.
Yeah, here's my reaction anyway. I'm gonna lie there, just staring up, not speaking one word, and telling Cal telepathically to come and hug me, basically.
Okay, well,
Cal I need
goes
Cal
flying
right now.
across the room,
In cat form.
and
not
as
freaking
he
dragon.
gets right to you, he transforms into cat
Okay.
form.
I'm just gonna, just in pure disbelief, just hug my cat.
I'm just sitting
He's
there
sending
staring.
he's sending Shaggy a telepathic message.
I'm gonna
If
grab
this-
her cloak for her and give her her cloak, so that I don't have to stand in front of her.
Are you gonna lie it on her, or are you gonna?
Yeah, I'll put it over you so you're not exposed to the
This
world.
is what Cal says to Shaggy.
Aww. I just kind of like shrug.
He says, "Thank you. I dislike you less now."
Aw.
Fugazi, thanks for the follow.
As soon as I give Kia her cloak, I'm gonna whip around and look at Radovan and be like, "Somebody's trying to kill us. They tried to kill her. We're not safe here."
You think? I mean, yeah.
There you go, Kia.
Where's that?
She's giant.
Where's Marlo
fixing
in this?
stuff.
Is Marlo still downstairs?
Well, Marlo was downstairs in the chair, so I don't know if Marlo is running upstairs to the I don't know if Marlo is running upstairs to the screaming or not. She's definitely awakened by it.
Yeah, I think that probably. I don't know that Marlo would have made it all the way there before the water come gushing out everywhere.
Right, you're probably there now, though. So let's put you in the room. There you are.
So I just want to, before Marlo comes in the room, just because, Race is a little hopped up right now. So if Marlo comes through the door, she's gonna pull her weapon and just be like,
all
I'm
right,
gonna
ready
freaking
to
kill you, and then notices it's her and it kind of calms down a little bit, but keeps her weapon out and kind of at the ready.
Okay. Well, you've started noticing now. There's a horrible kind of woodish, nasty smell in the air, like burning wood, and you're beginning to notice that the acid is beginning to leak through the sides of the actual wooden basin. Like it's dissolving the container itself.
Wow.
Hey,
Grace, can you get a sample of that quickly before like it disperses everywhere?
I do. I have an extra glass vial because I bought an extra one, so I'll quickly dig that out.
Marlo is confused because the only thing that she knows is that Risa had acid, so she's like, "What the hell, Risa?"
Right? Well, and of course
going on?
the floor is soaking wet. The floor is soaking wet. There's, a horrible, horrible smell of burning flesh in the air. So basically, where the water kind of... What is this doing? It's not being nice. Roll20 is being really weird tonight. It's not letting me right-click. There we go. Okay.
Ooh.
So, there we go. Okay, so the acid is now starting to spill out onto the floor. Of course, there's water everywhere, so it's dissolving and soaking into the water itself.
Do we know what's, like, are the architecture of the building, where this room is on top of, like, what's below it? Is it the kitchen, or...?
No, this would be kind of directly above, the... Well, here, I'll show you, shall I?
Thank you.
Downstairs in the tavern,
Meanwhile,
there is a lot of water landing about here. What is wrong with this darn thing? It doesn't want to work right at all. There's a lot of water landing climbed up here.
Okay.
In this area.
So, seeing that the acid is, like, breaking through, I'm gonna go back downstairs.
Okay. Right, so Radovan is heading back down the stairs.
I'm going with him. Weapon
Race,
out.
Okay, Race is going downstairs.
I'm still lying on the floor, not moving or talking. So.
Okay, Cal is just like licking you.
Aw.
Marlo, what are you going to do?
I'm still confused. I'm just sort of standing here wondering what the hell's going on.
What just happened?
Where'd Risa go?
Well, Racer and Radovan charged out the door. They charged out the door and headed downstairs.
I'm gonna come over here to beside Kia and ask her if there's anything I can get for her.
Apparently nothing.
She actually does not respond at all.
She's like
She's just
laying
like
there.
still staring straight up.
I'm just gonna kneel there and just sit quietly.
Okay, so you're gonna sit. Okay, so you two are basically you're meditating next to Kia. She's laying there, contemplating on all the life that just the 130 plus years of life that just flashed before her eyes. Downstairs at the Fox and Inn. Fox and Hen. Let's take. So there's Radovan and Raisa. So you two come back downstairs.
the first thing I'm going to do when I go down the stairs is find a person who looks reasonably innocent. I guess is the word.
Yemmel, thanks for the follow.
Like, I want to find a simple person who...
Oh, there's plenty of those in this tavern. Like, right at the bottom of the stairs, there's one.
Yeah, I figured, because they all kind of look like simpletons. I'm going to grab this guy.
Okay.
And I'm going to just say, get the guards now.
Okay, you snap... You're like, oh!
Just like grabbing him.
Oh, okay! And he rushes towards the door, glancing over his shoulder as he does so.
Risa, cover the exit. No one else runs out.
So I'm gonna run over there.
Alright. And he heads out to fetch said guards. Okay. Radavan's gone behind the bar. Right, the innkeeper is kind of like... the innkeeper's daughter and his wife are, like, back in the kitchen. As soon as you run behind, he comes running up to you and he goes... What the bloody hell's going on?
I'm gonna take out my Morning Star and just hold it menacingly in front of him.
Okay, he kind of like pulls back and he like drops his serving tray on the floor. He's like, holds his hands up. He goes, "What are you doing?"
Who prepared the baths?
My daughter. She would have poured the water
Where
in the
is she?
bathtubs.
Is it Terrace? Is that the woman who paints?
Yeah, she's in the kitchen.
Get her now.
Terrace, quick, come quick! Okay, she comes running out. Yes, Da? This man seems a little bit upset. I don't quite know why. Something about bathtubs.
You didn't hear the screaming a minute ago?
Well, he heard screaming, but I don't know what it has to do with bathtubs.
Well,
was the water too hot?
That was Sorry. That question, man, that gets me personally. All right, Radavan's just gonna say, it was acid. My friend almost fucking died.
Acid?
I'm gonna shove him with the tip of my Morning Star as I say this.
That's preposterous. We heat the water over the fire and we take it straight out of the pump out the back and put it in the bathtubs. No one would have put acid in there.
So I see where the water's falling, right? Where the room is in relation.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grab him and attempt to drag him to where the puddle is underneath the vat.
Okay, he won't resist you because he's too terrified right now and he's still very bewildered. Okay.
And I'm gonna say, then you're gonna stand under this until I get real answers because there's acid above you, and I'm gonna step back.
Okay. Well, the water kind of drips. And it's kind of dripping in various different areas, like here and here.
Okay.
And here. But, he's like, well, what happened to my roof?
That's the least of your concern.
He said, but I don't know what you're talking about. Acid? It's just nothing. Because we just prepared bath water, just like anybody else. Bath and soap.
Well, the
we
bath
don't have any acid.
Was acid, and my friend almost died. She's upstairs right now on the floor. I mean, she was near dead. I don't know where she is now, but just stay right here. And if there's no acid, you have nothing to be concerned about.
Okay, well, he's kind of standing there, and by now the water, there's so much water over the floor and so little acid. I mean, it's not really affecting him in any way. At least not immediately, anyway. But I mean, he's definitely like seems completely terrified and in shock.
Where do you keep your soap?
Well, just in the kitchen.
And who has permission to go back there? Does anyone else besides your immediate family go back there?
Typically, no.
Has anyone gone back there in the last day?
Other than myself, my daughter, and my wife, and the cook that we hire, no, nobody.
The cook. Who is the cook?
I can summon her if you wish.
What's up, hype?
Let's go, patrons. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. Give that man some rollies. Hyped up rollies for you. Thank you, sir. Very much appreciated.
I'm just going to sheathe my weapon.
Okay.
Take a deep... I'm just going to... Look, someone did something to the bathwater or the soap or something.
Tank Mantis, thanks for that follow, buddy.
That caused whatever she was bathing in to be
Felix, thank you for the follow. But I don't understand. I'm telling
Someone
you, must have tampered with it. I mean, you have to understand, we can only draw one bath at a time, and typically the other baths are left over here, like while we're waiting on them. And he kind of goes over here and stands behind the bar right here. He said, I mean, we brought the 3 bathtubs, over here, and we sat them right here behind the bar, and she came out and, one by one took them upstairs, and then took hot water in and hot water up and filled them. And the hot water came from the fire, and it was originally pumped from outside.
And the soap, you leave that in the kitchen
The
exclusively.
soap is, the soap is left in the kitchen. I mean, I don't understand how anyone could have tampered with it and got to it, but someone must have, because I can assure you it was not me or my wife or my daughter. Why would we have any reason to harm your friend?
I don't know. And to be honest with you, someone's been tampering with your family all day. And remember our previous conversation? You didn't seem to give a shit about me saying you should have better security. Someone put a note on your daughter's tray intended for us, threatening our lives.
Well, that's obviously who the culprit is, whoever put the note there. And he looks at his daughter and says, are you sure you never saw anybody, girl? You sure nobody? You didn't see anybody slip a note onto your tray? No, Da, I didn't see nobody, I promise. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm seriously sorry that your friend should be hurt here in my tavern, but we didn't have nothing to do with it, I assure you of that.
Look,
we're just simple villagers living here in the town of Arundel. We got no reason to be wanting to harm. Obviously, I mean, you've been nothing but kind and generous to me and my family. You've been tipping my daughter and my wife quite handsomely. And, I mean, other than that slight upset with the barbarians, which obviously was quite amicably resolved, and even then you more than adequately paid for the damage that you didn't even cause. Why would I possibly want to harm you or your friends?
Someone is taking advantage of your establishment to do some really messed up things. And I warned you about this, and you got a little flustered with me. Remember, you almost wanted to kick me out because I was doing a line
I just didn't
of thought
want
that was
things
not
like this to happen in my establishment, and I just had this feeling that something bad was going to happen just based on you receiving death threats or whatever it was that you said, and
death threats that have been acted upon using stuff from your inn. Everything that has happened to us has happened from you guys. I'm not accusing you, but
I don't
you do have to admit that's
we don't have any poisonous soap here. We don't have any acid on the premises.
Well, whoever this is clearly a smart and, probably as talented as Raisa over there. Do I even see Raisa, knowing she's a rogue?
Well, where she is, you probably can't really see her because there's like a half wall between her and the door. So
okay, so I'm gonna just point in that general direction and kind of shrug.
Okay,
since I can't see her.
If you would like to come back and inspect the kitchen, I'm more than happily allow you back here to have a look. I promise we've got nothing to do with this.
Just get all the soap from your back stores and put it on this counter next to where you keep the basins. Will you do that for me, please?
Yep. Okay, make a okay, so he brings all the soap out.
Yeah.
Make a spot check for me, if you will, Mr. Radovan Rainier.
Okay, I will do just that.
And could I hear all that conversation?
Oh, definitely. He's very loud. Okay.
Beautiful 13.
Okay, so he brings out and puts like 7 or 8 bars of soap down on the counter.
I don't notice anything, obviously. Okay, so...
You not have detect poison? I don't know. I'm just wondering if Radovan has that. Does Radovan have that at all?
I do, but I
Okay.
think it's acid, so I don't think it's poison anyway. Okay. Get some water, please.
Right you are.
Water that you would use to give to us.
Go and fetch some water, my girl. Okay, so he sends the girl out to go fetch water. She basically comes back and brings you a whole jug of water.
I'm going to spread out the soap and then actually remove my gauntlet and touch each bit of soap with my forefinger to see if the knitting happens.
Thank you for the follow. Right, say that once more.
So I'm removing one of my gauntleted hands.
Okay.
And I'm basically using each finger on each bar of soap to see if I feel anything just by doing that.
Okay. Fireblast, thanks for the follow as well. Okay, nope. The soap feels kind of waxy and soapy and animal fatty, but that's all. Nothing. No bar of soap has any kind of direct reaction to you.
Okay, well, I'm definitely cleaning the soap off my thumb. I don't want to burn my fingers here.
Right.
And then I'm going to take the water and I'm just going to pour it all over all bars of soap.
Okay.
After having spread them apart.
There are a few soap suds. The soap bars are a little slimier than they were before. A couple of them slip off the bar, but nothing burns through anything. Would appear that this was a solitary, solitary incident.
I'm going to put that down and just ugh. Can we get the apothecarian, please?
Well, if you want him, he's across the street.
No, can you send someone to get him?
I suppose so. Girl, would you be a dear? Just run across there and fetch him. Well, you know what he's like. Just fetch him, girl! Come on! Okay, so she, Racer, you see the innkeeper's daughter comes towards the door.
Gonna get a grimace from me.
She's, my dad and your big friend in the armor, he said I was to fetch the apothecary right now.
I heard them. Hurry up.
Okay, so she goes out. Okay. Alrighty. Well, we're gonna take a short break right here. So do not go away.
Survive. Yay.
For now. So myself and Kia will be taking and Racer will take a short break. We'll be right back. Do not disappear.